Welcome to Castles to Cauldrons, where every journey starts with a little bit of magic.
Welcome to episode 51 of Castles to Cauldrons. I am your host, Jason Davis. I'm here with Micah and Terry. Rachel is not feeling the best tonight. She's got some stuff going on, so she's not with us. We'll miss you tonight, Rachel.
Miss you, Rachel.
Miss you.
You're not going to listen to this anyway, so
You'll never hear this.
you
but
won't
we do
even know
miss
we
you.
said we missed you.
We can say whatever we want, and she'll never know.
Yeah. This is the one where she's going to promise the bungalow for the second episode in a row.
Mm-hmm.
One of these days.
Yes,
One
wonderful.
day.
This weekend is Super Bowl, and Disneyland has said that they are hosting the Super Bowl MVP and winner, I guess, for the parade. So my question to you two, I don't watch NFL. But which one? It's the Patriots versus the Seahawks, right? So which one do you want to see going down Main Street, USA?
I'm sorry, Siobhan, not the Patriots.
Yeah.
Definitely the Seahawks. Anyone but the Patriots. There's only one team I dislike more than the Patriots, and that's the Dallas Cowboys. So
Ooh, hot take.
it is a hot take. I've never been a fan of either of those teams.
I think it just, I don't know if it's the South thing or the Brady years, but you don't find that many Patriots.
We've got
No,
a
and I
couple
think
up
it
there.
is like Brady stuff where all of the like cheating and stuff that happened, Deflategate.
And
All
Belichick was
those
really
things.
hard to like. Like, he was not
very, yeah.
charismatic. And then
And
even
now
when he
he's in
came to
North Carolina. No,
Well,
thank you, sir.
I was gonna say, even when he came to UNC,
Yeah.
like there was around here, I don't know like how news hyped it up, but there was not much fanfare around here that no one was excited. I mean, I guess maybe if you were a Carolina alum, but then the season turned out to be not great.
Well, it was
No.
you had Coach Prime over in Colorado,
Yeah.
and it was a big fanfare when he came, and like, look what he's going to do. And then it was just the complete opposite for when Belichick came to North Carolina.
But I mean, I think Belichick's thing has to do with like the girlfriend.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And he's just got so much baggage. He's a grumpy old man. He's got this
Yeah.
weirdo
But, like,
girlfriend.
I can see it from as an Alabama fan, like the hate that Patriots get because Alabama got so much hate with Saban.
Yeah.
Saban's an old grumpy old man. I mean, you didn't see him not throw his headset across the field every
Yeah.
game. He could
But
be
did
up.
they win because they were cheating a lot?
They weren't.
Right. So that's a big part of it.
But it's I might watch it for the trailers that come out for the movies.
And the commercials. We're going to a Super Bowl party mainly because we're excited for Super Bowl food because I love the snacky, like, finger foods of Super Bowl parties.
I'm not a fan of Bad Bunny, so I'm not going to watch the halftime show.
We're going to leave at halftime because it's
And
a
then
school
Green
night.
Day, I think, is doing the pre-show, and
Yeah.
I'm not a huge Green Day fan.
That's better than
At
Bad
least of the new
Bunny.
stuff.
Yeah, I think as someone pointed out to me, they're like, yeah, 40-year-olds are probably not the audience they're trying to reach with their halftime show. And I
Which I
was
think
like,
that's why they brought Green Day in for
I
the
mean,
first
I get
part.
it. Yeah. I could handle Green Day. Bad Bunny,
I feel like we never, as millennials, hit the hype of like where the people we love did the Super Bowl.
excuse me, NSYNC, Britney Spears,
I just
Aerosmith,
said
I
the
mean,
pop
yes,
bands did it.
Magic.
yes. Well,
And
I mean,
then
I enjoyed
Snoop and Eminem.
I know that one was really good. Like I like
Yeah.
that with Mary J. Blige and
But that was
50
just a
Cent
few
and
years
everybody.
ago. It wasn't even
Yeah.
that long.
But I mean, I will say like Prince, that happened, I feel like when I was in college, I wasn't that excited about, but the generation ahead of me was. So
Mhm.
like you said, we missed that one. Justin Timberlake and Janet Jackson.
Everybody remembers that one.
Well, that was a
That was
Carolina
its own-
Panthers Super
Yeah.
Bowl, and we saw a movie.
It
was-
was a movie.
How old was I during that one?
I was watching that one at a church. I remember
I
that.
was my freshman year in college. I was in a dorm room watching it, and we were like, we were convinced that it was like
Not
not
real.
real.
Like it
They
was
cut away
fake,
from it
yeah.
so fast. We thought it was
Yeah.
like maybe like a shirt or a top that looked like a nipple maybe
Mhm,
under
mhm.
it, because it was like there's no way that could be going on.
To bring it all
Yeah.
back to Disney, there was a year where Disney had a halftime show. They did a big theme, and it was weird. I mean, I've watched it. It was like Epcot themed, I think.
Mm.
Go see if you can find it on YouTube. I might link it in the show notes if I can find it. But just like,
But I
whoa.
hope to see the Seattle Seahawks
Yeah.
going down Main Street.
I'm with y'all. I think this will be the only podcast you listen to where the two females talk more about football than the male.
I do love football. I enjoy it. We
Oh,
can do a whole
like I
banana
said,
ball
I watch-
episode if you want to.
Yeah, we'll end up doing one.
Bring Allison on and Siobhan because they both go watch it.
But you know, it's football, so there's the fun thing, and it's always fun though to see. I had some clients a couple years ago that were in Disney World the weekend after the Super Bowl. They were able to see whoever won that year, and I think somebody was there for after the World Championship too for baseball.
So how do they decide whether they're going to Disney World or Disneyland?
It's based off where it's at. So if the Super Bowl
Okay.
on the East Coast, they go to Walt Disney
So
World.
they're
If
in San
on the West
Francisco right
Coast,
now.
yeah. Whatever is
They'll go to
closer, that way it's them there.
Yeah. Well, I like to watch the parade either way. The Patriots have been down that way quite a few times, so let another team have
Yeah.
their turn.
I just hope it, for the sake of people watching, it's a good game. I've as a Alabama fan, where we saw a bunch of one-sided games, those always get boring pretty fast.
And I was gonna say, it's almost more fun when your team's not in the Super Bowl because you don't have like really,
Yeah,
you're not
you're not
anxious.
attached. Yeah. You're
Yeah.
just like, I want it to be a good game. Like, I don't want one team to run away with
No.
it. I want it to be a back and forth, and you don't know who's going to win until the end kind of game.
And so, little behind the scenes, I'll probably have it on while I'm editing this podcast on Sunday night. If Rachel was here, it'd be three of y'all talking football, and me sitting here being like, I don't know anybody. I'll be like Rachel was last year with last week with Star Wars. I don't know
Yeah.
what you're talking about.
I mean, I don't know a lot of other teams and like players or coaches of a lot of other teams, but I still enjoy the game of football.
But that's
You know.
going to do it for Castles to Gridiron.
Yeah.
Let's get to some Disney news so I can have some conversation of this. And y'all won't talk about this, but this week, or last week, we had the premiere of the new Muppet Show. And it was a one-off. They said, so we don't know if it's actually going to be a continuation, if they're going to do more shows. The reason I bring this up is this is the direction that we might be getting for Rock and Roller Coaster. So I don't know if y'all had said when I text y'all if y'all had watched it that neither one of you had, but I didn't know.
No,
Maybe
hadn't
y'all,
had time to. But I am excited because I'm not a Muppets fan. But I told y'all earlier in the group chat, like Sabrina Carpenter being in it, she just has that campy personality that can interact with Muppets, and it almost doesn't seem like she's faking it. Like, because she's so over the top and like Barbie doll, she doesn't look real almost.
Yeah.
So and her sense of humor is so great.
Like, she fits so well with Miss Piggy, I feel. Like, they
Yes.
could just, like, I know it's a Muppet, but, like, I just feel like she could just go back and forth and just hit Miss Piggy with the same things Miss
And
Piggy has.
they do. That's the good thing, is that it's
Yeah.
back and forth a lot. Like, that's when Sabrina's in the show, it's mainly with Miss Piggy, or Miss Piggy shows up at some point in
Yeah.
those scenes. So it's really good with those two. You forget how much adult line there is for the Muppets, because the Muppet Show, the original one, was built for adults,
Mm-hmm.
but still had a children focus because it's a family show. So there's like, it's in the commercials where Kermit says something about, sorry about all the kinks in the show. And Sabrina goes, I like a good kink. And
Yeah.
it's like, okay. And then you're like, oh yeah, this is
Kids are
how
not
they
going to
look.
know.
Your kid
And
will never
if
catch
your
that.
kid asks you what a kink is, you're like, a kink in, like, the water
Like a king
hose.
of the
Right.
hose.
Yeah.
So it's like, I get it. Like, and like I said, I've watched the original Muppet Show. It's just one of those things. We're trained now that Muppets are supposed to be the wholesome comedy thing that Disney wants them to be. But when Jim was here, it was not so much that way.
All the, like, innuendos that the adults get, but it's over the heads of the kids.
Right.
Which I love when kids' movies do that. Like, I don't want a dirty kids' movie, but it makes
Right.
the movie so much more interesting and tolerable to watch as a parent, and even rewatchable if it's got a few little quirks and funny jokes in there.
Isn't it
That
Frozen 1 where Anna says she likes Kristoff better in leather? Like, and like the
Yes.
kids
It's something
don't
like
get
that, yeah.
But like the parents are like, oh, I see you, Anna.
Shrek has like a lot of dirty
Yeah.
like jokes in there. I mean, it's got fart jokes that the kids get that are like
Mhm.
in their brains. That's like dirty humor.
Mhm.
No, I think the way the Muppet Show went with this episode is that it's going to bring positive to the Rock and Roller Coaster. You know,
Yeah.
I've never been in doubt what Disney's going to do with it. I don't think it's a perfect fit. I think the Mayhem is a good background band to bring into it.
Do you think they'll do covers?
No,
You don't think they'll do covers of any? Do you think they'll be all original music?
I don't think it's going to be like. I think it's going to be obviously not Rainbow Connections. Like I don't, I
Right.
100% don't think that. But Moving right along would be kind of fun because it's kind of upbeat and has that little. But I wouldn't be surprised if they do try to do some type of cover because the Muppet Show they do
Yeah.
Blinding Lights by Weekend on
Mhm.
one.
Like to try to bring it up to like a newer crowd if they just did like you said, like covers of pop songs or something that
If the Muppets did a cover of Aerosmith, I think that would be a great little
Oh, that would be
Yeah.
homage.
fun.
a little wink to people that you know, because in 10 years, some people aren't going to know that it used to be a ride that Aerosmith hosted,
There'll be
you
people
know.
like me who will always
Well,
remind.
yeah, but the newbies,
It'll be fun. So I hope the Muppet Show as a Muppet fan, it gets a green light to go on. It's got good reviews. And y'all should go back and watch it. We watched it twice, once with Travis, and I watched it as soon as it dropped yesterday morning at 2 a.m.
Kova will probably want to watch it, I'm sure. He this morning couldn't find the remote and the TV just turned on to like whatever the channel was and it was playing Sesame Street and he was like, I don't want to watch this dumb baby show. But then 10 minutes later, he's like, why aren't they doing this? Like he was like
yeah,
getting into what it was.
they get
Why aren't
drawn
they
in.
actually like carrying this across the street instead of doing this? And I'm like, because this show is for much younger children than you and you're figuring out what needs to happen.
Something I did not know until today, actually. I was reading a surprise, a Muppet subreddit, and they were talking about there's a thing between Steve Whitmire and Matt Vogel, who's the voice of Kermit the Frog now. Steve was the one who took over for Jim, and like what's the beef there? And somebody actually said that Matt Vogel, the current Kermit the Frog, was picked to be Big Bird by I can't remember his name, but the guy who just passed away playing Big Bird, that was like he handpicked Matt to play Big Bird. So I was like, well, I mean, he's got to be a good puppeteer to be
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
icon of Sesame Street.
Because did you say Sesame Street was is
Yeah, it
They
was.
are Muppets.
Yeah, Jim Henson made Sesame Street, but then when Disney bought the Muppets and Jim Henson Studios, it split. Like the Muppets had to go somewhere else because the family didn't want the Sesame Street to be there. Because you can see Big Bird in like the original Muppet movie. Kermit would come on to Sesame Street all the time.
It's almost like when you were a kid and your two favorite shows did like a crossover. Like they
Right.
existed in the same, like, this is going to age me so bad. But when Steve Urkel went on Full House,
Oh
Right.
my God, yes.
like TGIF, like in your brain, in your little kid brain, like you're like, oh, all these people exist in these different cities, like
Mhm.
Chicago and San Francisco or whatever. But then when like they came together in the show, you're like, they really do
Yeah.
exist in the same time. So for kids, it's like Muppets are the learning. I mean, Sesame Street are the learning puppets, but then Muppets look the same. Basically, they
Mhm.
have the same, but they're like the fun ones.
Right.
So them merging together is not such a weird idea.
I think there's still a third set of the Muppets, like that don't have anything to do with Kermit or anything. Because if you remember, there was a movie a few years ago that was Muppets based, and it was done with like Steve Whitmire and all those guys, and it was very adult. It was like a detective movie, and somebody was killing Muppets, and it was like Muppets cussing and stuff like that.
Yeah, I don't know if I could
Oh.
do that. That's like
It was a horrible movie. I went to the theaters and watched it. It was very bad.
it's a point where it's like, okay, this is still puppets. I can't take puppets
Mhm.
that seriously.
Yeah.
It wasn't like what was the Team America, the marionette one that the
Yeah, ugh, so awful.
South Park creators did.
Yes.
Like that's iconic bad. Like
Yeah.
it was hilarious and all that. This was just bad. So
think-
let's move on to some more kid friendly stuff. The affection section and Planet Watch are closing on February 23rd. This is for the moving of Bluey coming up, and they're going to bring in some Australian animals or something
Yeah.
into this area.
Kangaroos.
I wonder if they're gonna have like
Koalas.
wallaby because they're saying the affection section might be completely closing and they won't open back up. So no petting zoo.
Oh, that would
Do
be
you know
bad.
how much I would pay to hold a koala bear?
You'd pay park admission to Animal Kingdom, which could
No.
be about 150.
I mean, if they had a like fast pass, whatever,
Mm-hmm.
for that, I
A
would
lightning
pay
lane.
so much money to hold a koala
Would you
bear.
pay for the premier pass to hold a koala bear?
Yes. At least once in my life, yes. I would not want to pet a kangaroo because it could kick me or punch me.
A wallaby's cuter
Very
because they're smaller versions of
jacked. Yeah.
kangaroos. So a wallaby would be cute.
But I think an Australian center would be great because that's a lot of animals that a lot of kids don't get to
Well,
see,
and it
even
makes
in
sense where we
zoos.
have Africa, Asia, we're getting ready to have, like, Central America or the Americas or whatever they're calling it.
Um,
And now Australia, so they're kind of pushing it to where they're gonna push more people to get on the Wildlife Express and go out there.
they
I
can
wonder
bring
if
I
all
they
like
the
can
that.
venomous,
expand more out there too.
bring the venomous snakes in and the spiders and everything.
They might. I mean, it wouldn't
They
surprise
have
me.
that
They
little
have
area.
they have rooms for all those enclosures. They could have something super easy, like, things that a lot of people don't realize are from Australia are, like, bearded dragons. Those are,
Yeah.
like, like, skinks that run around in the South, or, budgies, as they call them, but parakeets. They're wild birds in Australia that just fly everywhere that you can just go to PetSmart to get, so I'm sure they'll have easy things like that, but also maybe scary things like the funnel web spider and, stuff like that that is kinda, like,
Is that the one
very
that's like this big?
I don't think they're huge, like, I think they're big, but not, like, those super big ones, but they're, like, one of the most, like,
Poisonous?
venomous,
Venomous, yeah.
sp
Right behind the granddaddy long leg. I know that's a
they can't
false.
actually bite you.
I know. You know that whole social media pose that was granddaddy long legs are the most poisonous spiders out there. It's just they can't bite you.
It's not true. I hate them. When we went camping, COVID did nothing but play with those things and had them,
We
like,
have them
crawling all over them.
over,
I
all
hate
over.
them.
I've only been to this area once, and that was when the first rumor of them closing it. They're like, "Hey, we're closing." It was pre-COVID, and they were like, "Hey, we're going to close this forever." I'm like, "Well, let me go back there for once." And then after COVID, they reopened it. I'm like, "Oh, well, that was
I
wasted."
I've
love
never
it
been to
out
this
there.
area.
Kova, he's gonna be really upset because one of his favorite things about going to Animal Kingdom is going to the petting zoo because they have, like, brushes and stuff, and you can go over and, like, brush the goats and the pigs that are in there, and I bet we spent an hour and a half in there one time with him just petting the things. I found one of the cast members actually was from Mooresville, North Carolina, so we stood there talking where I was like, "Oh, I live in Lancaster." Like, we just started talking about stuff and talk about how, like, I work at an animal hospital, and she's like, "You should work here." And I was like, "I live in North Carolina." She's like, "I did too." I was like, "You're in the college program. I'm married and have a child. I
A
can't
long
just
That's
come
commute.
my
down
life right
here."
now.
Yeah, I was like, "Also, they only hire registered vet techs to do the jobs that I would wanna do." So
You can live in that what's the neighborhood called? The really
Golden
expensive.
Oaks?
Yeah. You can buy a house in there.
Yeah,
Yeah, and you can host us there.
yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. Let's
We'll set
just,
up a monthly podcast. You have a podcast studio in there.
if I am in Golden Oaks, I probably have a private jet for you guys to fly down on.
Of
Even
course,
better.
or no, you don't want a private jet because those cost too much to maintain. You want an account with NetJets, or then you can charter somebody else's private plane.
Well, speaking of private jets, there's a new man at the top of Disney that has a private jet probably by now.
Oh yeah,
I have a lot of opinions. I'm going to get y'all's first. Josh D'Amaro officially is the new CEO of the Disney company starting in March. I want to say it was March 18th is when Bob Iger is going to step down. Dana Walden is going to be the first chief creative officer and president of the Walt Disney Company. Naturally, we all know Josh is from the theme park world of Disney World or the Disney parks and the cruise line, ABD. He was all over that for the past, 5-6 years, something like that. Dana was over the studios, more or less the TV side of the studios, but still.
Okay.
So Hollywood had Dana going up as the CEO because obviously Hollywood is wanting the Hollywood centric person. No one's really thinking about Josh. What are y'all thoughts about Josh being CEO?
Well, he's better than the other guy.
what's the guy that came before? What's his face had to come back?
Yeah,
Yeah.
the
Chapek.
one in between Igers.
Yes, I knew his name was
Chapek
weird.
was terrible. I hated him. I hated to see his face. So I feel like Josh, at least, like, he is really involved being, like, in charge of, like, Walt Disney World, like, being in the parks, doing that stuff. Like, I feel like on the Facebook groups and stuff like that, I would see pretty often people taking pictures or videos of him in the parks, experiencing things, walking around, seeing stuff. So I feel like at least in that way, he's a little bit more connected to the people that go to the parks than Chapek ever was. Like, I feel like Iger is just I feel like not many people have terrible things to say about Iger. I feel like a lot of people like him.
I
But
feel like he's a
I
guy that gets the job done.
Yeah.
Like, which is why they brought him back. Like, I don't know how likable he is. I don't know what he's like to work, blah, blah. I hadn't gotten that deep in the weeds with him. But I feel like if you leave and then they bring you back,
Yeah, you did a good job, like, at your
you,
job.
yeah. And
Well,
so,
Iger never really left though. That was the thing. Iger was still like in his office. Like he didn't even give up the office when he retired. He stayed with the Disney company for 2 of the 3 years that Chapek was CEO.
but you know how embarrassed that would be if I was Chapek and
Pretty
they brought
embarrassed.
me in and then they were the guy I replaced, they brought back in. They were like, oh, you suck so bad.
I mean,
They
but
were going to bring the other guy back.
the amount of uproar from, like,
Yeah.
people did not like him, didn't like what he was doing, the amount of changes that happened, which I'm sure Josh D'Amaro's been part of this too, because he was with Chapek during these and knew that these changes are happening to Disney World, and I would assume he also has to be on board with these things for them to happen, and that's, taking away Magical Express, that is making FastPass go from being a non-paid service to now Lightning Lanes being a paid service. So he's involved in all of those things, but also, I guess at the end of the day, it's a business they have to run and they have to make money. So they're not
Yeah.
going to look
Yeah.
at those
So
things that we're complaining about.
let me get on my little soapbox for it. I think tomorrow, y'all are right on tomorrow. He's very personable. Everybody, even Iger, when he showed up in the parks, a lot of people were taking pictures with him. They were approachable. Chapek, not so much. People would still get pictures with him, but he was always trying to stand off. It looked like, even in the Disney community, Demaro has that Daddy Demaro or Daddy Josh because he has that physique, and that's what people are see him as a symbol.
Mm-hmm.
However, as Micah alluded to, Chapek didn't focus 100% on the parks when all that was happening. So when Magical Express got taken away, when we got parking fees at the resorts, when we got Fast Pass taken away, when all this stuff was happening, that I don't think Chapek had anything to do with it. I think he approved of it, obviously. But at the end of the day, when you have somebody that's below you that's over the parks, they're coming up and saying, "Hey, we're going to do this." So tomorrow, last quarter, when they did the announcement for the last fiscal year, they did $10 billion in Disney experiences, which is what Josh it was over. That's a new record high for the Disney company. And over the past since 2020, ticket prices for Magic Kingdom, I want to say, are 31%. That's not tomorrow, or that's not Chapek, that's not Iger. That's tomorrow saying, hey, we have smaller attendance. We need to make our money somewhere. So let's increase ticket prices. Let's increase the price of Lightning Lane. Let's introduce 3 levels of Lightning Lane. And then you keep all this rolling down. So I kind of hope that while I think tomorrow is a good spot, a good person for it, because he's so likable, I'm hoping that whoever he puts in place of him
Loves
or
and wants to do the parks probably as much as him too, and
right,
also
take
sees
care of
things
the
from us,
yes,
our
and
perspective.
they listen to what we have to say as fans and as people who go to Disney World, saying, "Hey, look, you didn't have these articles about outprice. I'm pretty sure you did, but Disney World being outpriced for the middle class and
Mhm.
till
Or like
tomorrow."
slow down the increase in prices and taking
Yeah.
away of things. Like you just mentioned, within like 5 years, like you said, the Magical Express went away, parking fees began, lightning lanes increased, prices increased, like everything. I mean, in
Free
a short
magic
amount of
bands went away. You don't
free
get free
magic
magic
band, I mean,
bands.
little things that were perks. And like, so in a family that doesn't go every year, they might go every 3 to 5 years. That was a huge change in
Mhm.
that amount of time. And it's like, if we're going to do these things, let's do them, I mean, in baby steps. Like, how are we going to take what used to be a $3,000 vacation maybe, and now it's 7 once you finish paying for like you said, if you in the park that day and you want to pay for, what's it called when you buy it at the beginning of the day, like we did Guardians? It's slipping my mind right now.
Single lightning lane.
Yeah. Like things
And
like that. Like my sister went and booked her lightning lanes this week for when they go later in February. And she just sent me a text this morning. It's like, oh, that was another $1,000.
Mhm.
Like, And it's like, okay, we need to increase some perks, even if they're not huge perks, make the people think they're getting something
Yeah.
before we add another thing. Because I mean, like taking away the Magical Express, that was a huge, huge blow
When they
to a
did that
lot of
and then
people.
charged for the parking, took away free magic bands, and then also for a while didn't really have any, like, early entry or stuff like that. They
No.
took away all the perks of, like, the benefits of staying on property when you're like, "I can
Yeah.
stay off property in a hotel, a Vrbo, an Airbnb. I'm already gonna get charged for parking, so I might as well drive to the park
Or
instead of
Uber.
that." Yeah.
Let's go ahead and because people might comment on this and say, "Hey, you're wrong" or something. Yeah, they have taken away the resort parking fee. That was one of the first things Igers did come through and say, "Hey, we've heard you. We're taking away, so you don't have to pay to park anymore at the resorts. You still pay to park at the parks if you're not an on-site guest."
But
And they
that's also
are
something easy that he could have slipped in there with the intention of always revoking it to look like he's doing something good. You know what I'm saying? Like, if no one got outraged, then he would leave it. And it's like, oh, well, we just have extra money. But it's
Mhm.
something tiny that if we give it back to them, we haven't really lost anything because they never paid to begin with.
right.
And like Micah said, you used to get magic bands. Like, why can't they still ship out the
I think they're
basic
just trying to get
color
you for magic
magic
bands.
bands? Because everybody's going to upgrade. I mean, if you've got Star Wars and Mickey
Mhm.
Mouse and everybody's gonna upgrade, but if you send out the basic
Plain
ones, which have to be
colors.
like 75 cents a piece to produce,
Yeah.
then people think they're getting a free magic band, just little things like
I
that.
do think that magic bands, I think the price point on that was like something like $2 billion or something like. I think they're on the way out. I think, like, I don't use a magic band. I use mobile magic on my watch and on my phone to get in the
Mhm.
parks and try to get into my room. Now, Travis likes his. Bethany uses hers.
I like mine.
But we
Yeah, no,
share
I
them.
don't think they're the way out. I would have to disagree with you there because
They're
they're
not a.
easier a lot of the times than pulling out your phone or pulling out your watch, or if you don't
A
wear
lot.
it. Well, not many people like
I don't
my
know,
husband doesn't wear a smartwatch.
but before I got the new Apple Watch, mine wouldn't have made it a whole park day. Like, it would
Yeah.
have died.
So
But
I think the Magic Band will open your door to your room. I mean, that's like when we were at Universal, that was my one big complaint. I was like, it's inconvenient to constantly pull something
right,
out. I
and
need to
I do
put
agree.
on a lanyard, do something.
But we'll also say that they are. It looks like they're slowly trying to bring back some type of luggage to the room. So we don't know if they might bring back Magical Express at one point. But it's
Yeah.
another big gripe I had was, and Terry's alluded to it over the past few episodes, when it's the extra magic hours they used to have, staying
hmm
until 1 a.m. or coming in 2 hours early. And now to do that, you have to pay an extra price to stay at the after hours events. So,
Or stay at a deluxe,
but you're only
deluxe
getting
resort to get extra
And
Magic
that's
hours at the
not
end.
like a weekly or daily thing anymore, is it? Like, it's
Yeah.
very
it's just an
sporadic.
hour
Yeah.
in some of those parks versus, it closes at 9 p.m. and you can stay in until 1 a.m.
Mhm.
Like as a consumer, I can understand if you want or have fewer people in the like, is it worth me to pay $50 more per ticket, but that means that there'll be 5,000 less people in Magic Kingdom that day. So my lines will be shorter and I mean, if I think about it as a consumer, it might be worth it.
Mhm.
But if you don't add any more incentives on top of that, you just keep charging more and more and more. Like, so there's less people in the park, but I'm still having to pay more and more for fast passes and single day fast passes. It's like, what am I getting out of this in
Mhm.
the end? And like, so I paid $6,000, probably minimum for a family of four almost to go on this vacation. But now I've got a budget 1 to 3,000 more, depending on how much merch I buy, food, if I did dining plan, if I'm going to buy fast passes after that. So that $6,000 vacation is now turned to almost a $10,000
Mhm.
vacation. And it just seems to nickel and dime every little thing that you do. And I think
Yeah.
that's gotten out of control.
And like I said, I hope they put somebody in charge of the experiences side of stuff where they care about what people are saying. They care about these Wall Street Journal articles. Now, at the same time, though, this shareholders don't care about that. They want bigger. They want that $10 billion revenue over a year because they're doing good. Add that on top of however much money they made in the theater side of stuff and how much Disney Plus is making. That money prints money.
I read, and I don't, the internet is the internet, so you could only take it for so much. But I remember reading that the things that they had put out original stuff on Disney Plus was tanking so bad, like some of that the parks had started floating Disney Plus.
Right.
And so that's why a lot of the park stuff was going up so much and everything because Disney Plus was not the moneymaker that they anticipated. And that's why we've had all the mergings and all the stuff that where they're redoing Disney Plus and I mean I get it, you have parks, but find another way to your Star Wars show or stop doing them.
So that brings
Find
me
another cow to milk.
to the point that I want to get to, and then we'll move on. Why Disney picked Josh over Dana for CEO? Because, like I said, Hollywood had Dana pegged to be the CEO, while obviously the Disney fan base that doesn't pay attention to Hollywood so much wanted Josh. So why does Disney go with Josh? Well, because the future's in the parks. They're
I said,
fixing.
I don't have faith in Hollywood anymore.
Yeah, they're fixing to drop $60 billion, or they're starting to drop $60 billion into the theme parks, whether it's our experiences. Because you got Avatar and the whole Disneyland Forward in Disneyland. You've got all these new lands being built and promised over in Walt Disney World. You've got more cruise ships coming online. So 60 billion going there. You have one Marvel movie coming out this year.
I was gonna say, and Hollywood outside of Disney cannot produce a movie that is not already associated with another movie in some way, whether it's a sequel, that there's no original ideas. And someone put it very well the other day. They're like, the only movies that are quasi successful in Hollywood are the ones that Hollywood people basically make for other Hollywood people.
Right.
Like the general public doesn't like them. And the only ones they can make for the general public now are sequels, prequels, offshoots of other. There has original comedy. Like a not like you grew up in the 2000s like I did. I mean, it seems like old school, 40-year-old virgin. Things like they didn't make $1 billion, but
Do yourself.
they were successful and were original ideas. But it's like now, if you don't make a movie that's going to make $1 billion, then it's not worth making. And it's like, I don't know what the problem in Hollywood is now, right? But there's Zootopia. Like the only good movies coming out, honestly, are kids' movies.
Right.
I haven't seen Zootopia 2 yet. I'm waiting on it on
I haven't either, but you can stream
Disney
it on Prime now for a fee.
You can buy it for $26.
Isn't it going to be on Disney Plus soon?
I think so. It's within the next few weeks or months. So when it comes to the franchises, to Terry's point, that's what Disney's been beating into the ground for the past, how many decades? You've got 2 more Frozens on the way. Zootopia did over $1 billion, close to $2 billion, and then the first one did over $1 billion. So there's going to be more Zootopias down the road. You're getting the 5th Toy Story movie this year.
They just they should have stopped at Toy Story 3. They should have ended the story at Toy Story 3 and not kept going.
But I mean, do you remember the hype when Frozen came out? Like the original Frozen? Yeah. I mean, or Moana? Completely original ideas.
Raya?
And they went over the moon. I mean, so much that there's 4 Frozens now. There's a ride, all this other stuff. It's like, why can't we keep producing? Let's not beat the dead horse to death, like a Toy Story, to where it's 30 years old and they're not good anymore. And
well, it's just the way they've got to run the thing now. I mean, like I said, Marvel has been keeping Disney afloat for so long, up until after Endgame. They had a couple good movies. So now they're trying to reset the whole thing with Doomsday and turning around to be...
Fingers crossed that it fixes Marvel.
Yeah.
And they can't even get a new guy. They still went back to RDJ for Robert Downey Jr. for that.
They went back to him, and then they got the Russo brothers come back to direct.
And then Chris Evans is supposed to be in it again.
Yeah.
Hemsworth is back, which we knew he hadn't left yet, but Evans is back. RDJ, you're most likely going to have a lot of the big stars from the original stuff come back in some form.
And I mean, you remember when they announced
involved in some way?
Who?
X-Men, wasn't that in
one of the trailers?
They're bringing that in.
They're bringing the Fox X-Men into it.
Black Panther,
they bring him.
Stuff. Well, not him, but Shuri, the new.
They're bringing a new one in, though. They're bringing a new Black Panther in.
But you remember when they announced with Robert Downey Jr. as Iron Man? In my brain,
as Dr. Doom.
I was as Iron Man back in the day. I was in my brain, I was like, A, who is Iron Man? B, Robert Downey Jr., the guy that's literally been to prison. We're gonna choose him to star in a movie, and it was great. I mean, But that was a huge risk that they took, and it's like there's
You muted yourself.
zero risk anymore.
Well,
I gotta get a new mic.
so I'll even go out there though. But at that point, with the original Iron Man, that wasn't Disney. That Marvel was still by itself. Disney had
Yeah.
bought Marvel, so that's actually a Paramount produced or distributed movie. Marvel produced it themselves. So there's that. I think it wasn't until maybe Captain America or Winter Soldier, one of those two, maybe
Or
one of
was
the
it one of the
Thors.
collaborative ones?
It
What
wasn't
was the
until
first one they did together as the Avengers? Was it just the Avengers?
it was not early into the game, but it was still like phase 1 where Disney started putting the stuff out themselves. So they didn't have the full. They can like the Hulk still can't have a solo movie. That's what
No.
Paramount. So if the Hulk's in a movie, he has to be with somebody and it has to be their movie. So like Thor Ragnarok, he was in it, and as major character, but
I
it wasn't
love
his
that.
movie.
I love Thor Ragnarok.
And
Yeah.
he's supposed to be in the new Spider-Man movie as a main character.
Tom Holland as Spider-Man
So good.
behind Robert Downey Jr. might be the best. I
It's
don't know.
one
Captain
of the better
America, Chris Evans.
The whole
Chris
original
Evans,
Avengers were all
Thor,
really
like
well.
they're all so good. That original cast, so good. Like I feel like Scarlett Johansson, you couldn't ask for
Yes.
a better Black
Tom
Widow.
Holland was like he looked like a young, innocent kid that didn't know what he was
Like
doing. I mean,
Spider-Man.
he played the part so well that Tobey Maguire was my Spider-Man for the beginning because that's my era. But Tom Holland's my favorite.
Yeah.
I mean,
He does everything Tom Holland's in has been good. Like I haven't seen something that I didn't like with him.
Well, don't watch Uncharted.
yeah, I was a little disappointed.
Is that the one with Mark Wahlberg?
Yeah. I was gonna say, but it might be the Mark Wahlberg effect because he has a tendency to tank things too. I don't know.
Well, that's going to do it news-wise for us. Obviously this is a big passion thing. I think.
Tangents over.
Yeah, I mean, we've been talking about it for a while, and we want to get on, but we hope Josh does great things with the Disney company. We don't want to see Disney fail,
No.
so
We
we
want to
love
see
the
them take
part.
more risk.
Yes, that's the big thing. Is like I think at the end of the day, if you have to say what Josh is going to do, Josh is probably will look his eyes toward the experiences still, and Dana will take care of the studio side of stuff because Dana has no experience with the theme parks, just like Damara has no experience with the studios. So without doing a co-CEO, they're doing a co-CEO.
Right.
Just Josh gets to, because he brought in $10 billion last year, he gets to
Be the face of it.
But that's not a bad idea because one person, one brain over all that is almost doomed to fail because it's
Yeah.
just too big. It's too
Well,
big.
and you also like, and if hit in like Josh's brain is set, like you said, for the parks, like that's what he thinks about. That's what he knows. That's what he's been pretty good at. Again, like Disney, yeah, attendance might be down a little bit, like for them, but they still made more money because they're charging for more things. Again, they're a business. I understand. Businesses everywhere, prices have to go up. Like I understand. On January 1 at my animal hospital, the price of an exam had to go up. Like it's a normal thing every year because inflation is real. Like those things happen.
Yeah, but like, are they increasing in wages for their
Yeah, I mean, we
employees?
all-
Are
We're not
they
talking-
doing those kinds of
Right,
things?
for
That's a whole
Disney, yeah.
different thing, and I think we could talk about it, but we don't need to because
Yeah.
that kind of gets in a political type of a place, and I do agree that most of those cast members are getting paid what they need to be paid, and that they do need to focus on it, and they're skirting how to do it by building different things. But
But they do have the
Damara,
best employees. The cast
they
members
do.
you can never say anything bad about. They are the best. They're trained well. They're the nicest people.
But I
They
think
deserve all the accolades.
it speaks volumes that you have people that are working both Universal and Disney, and that the people that are doing that at Universal are learning and bringing that to Universal, which has brought their
Their team
customer service
members.
up.
Yeah. It's been much better.
So, but that's going to, like I said, that's going to do it for the news. We'll be right back for some Valentine's Day talk.
Woohoo.
Are you dreaming of your next adventure but overwhelmed by planning? Magical Travel has you covered. With over 22 years in the business, we specialize in Disney destinations, Universal Studios, cruise vacations, and all-inclusive resort getaways. Our services are 100% complimentary when you book a vacation package with one of our knowledgeable agents. Request a free quote to start the planning process at www.magicaltravel.com. Mention our podcast to be connected with one of our agents you are listening to.
And we're back. Well, this week is Valentine's Day. We going to be the cliche podcast and try to talk something Valentine's Day.
Mhm.
We didn't want to do Disney date night again because we just did that last year. But we decided we'd throw a little wrench in the system of we have our classic couples of Disney, whether it's Rapunzel and Flynn or Prince Charming and Cinderella. Why don't we just do our own? Let's see who would be a good couple.
If we
But we're
think they
gonna
can
do it at
make it or
random.
not.
Yeah.
Right.
So
We
Mike
should
has made
rate
up.
it like 1 to 5 if we think they'd make it. 1
Yeah.
being absolutely not, 5 being like they're perfect.
So Micah's made two wheels for us. She's going to spin it while we do this, and she'll let us know who's the male, who's the female, and we're going to go with that. I'm going to throw another thing in that they didn't know about to add a little bit to it. So we're going to bring it into the real world some, and we're going to put them on a date so they get to eat somewhere.
Okay.
So where would we think that this couple would be good to go for a first date?
Within the Disney parks, or we like choosing like Cracker Barrel?
Within the Disney parks.
Okay.
Let's make it. Let's keep the Disney bubble here. We're not
Okay.
going to say like
That's what I was hoping.
yeah, we're not going to go to Cracker Barrel. We're not going to
All
go over to Vivo and
Chili's.
Universal. We're
Yeah.
going to stay within the. It can be Flying Fish. It can be the resorts or anything like that. But
Right.
let's
Disney
stay-
How
property.
many are on each wheel?
A lot, so we're not going to go
Okay.
through all of them. I just
So it's
wanted to
like
make it very
2025 on the male
Um,
wheel, 2025 on the female wheel.
yeah, somewhere in there. I just
Yeah.
wanted to make it as random as I could, so it wasn't
let's-
like only like 6 characters.
We
let's say
want the
this.
more random.
Yeah. So
ones.
let's say this too. If you end up rolling it
And they're
they
actually a couple, I'm gonna roll
Yeah.
it.
we roll again.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
all right. What's
right,
the first
so-
couple?
The first couple. All right, so the male is going to be Gaston. is the man.
Gaston, he's a strong female.
So Gaston is the male. So I am rolling the female wheel now.
I'm
It's gotta
hoping
be a-
it's Maleficent.
That'd be a steakhouse.
And
Gaston is eating.
okay, the female is Snow White.
Oh my god.
He's
okay.
100% down. She is 100% not.
No, she took care of 7 men with no problems.
Well,
Cleaning
they were
up after
dwarves.
them seemed happy.
Yeah, but I don't think she's going to have any tolerance for his toxic masculinity because the
Probably
dwarves are not that.
Yeah, the
No.
dwarves are very humble about everything. You know.
Yeah.
And all the birds and animals come to her, and he's going to like shoot them
Yeah.
to like
that-
mount on his
so
wall.
But
I
see,
would
that,
say they're
that
like
would be a
a
good thing for
1.
him, though. He would
That's
be
what I'm
able to.
saying. He's
So
a
I would
classic.
think they would be a 1.
Yeah, he's one. Maybe a 2 because she
Mhm.
could have that part of her. Some good girls do have a bad boy streak,
Yeah.
like the nerdy girl kind of.
Yeah. I already
But
know
it's-
where they would go eat. Like it's in my brain. I know. Yeah.
Where do you think they would go for a date? Like, I
Well,
agree with
he-
Terry saying like a steakhouse would be his.
No,
Yeah.
Gaston only thinks of himself, and they're going to Gaston's Tavern in Magic Kingdom.
See, I've got them going to like Le Cellier, or
That
however
was
you
on-
say it.
He ain't
I
gonna
was going
spend that
more
money
for
on
the-
her.
But he wants to meet. He's a meat
Yeah, but-
man.
He's gonna show off
Maybe
what he
he-
has.
Maybe he'd go to the Americas Pavilion and get like some, American meat, like with the see him being like a bald eagle American, even though he's from France,
Yeah. Like
I was
Regal
thinking like
Eagle.
Yachtsman would be so on the same line of steakhouse, but those have bigger steaks.
Mm,
I see him not liking the thing called Yachtsman. I feel like he would think that's too frou-frou for him. Like
he might
for
like
the-
he might
the
like
preppy
going to like
boys.
Whispering
But he's-
Canyons at Wilderness Lodge. because it's
Yeah,
his type
yeah,
of
'cause
vibe.
that's woodsy.
He's also like a me person, right? Like not just like look at me. So he wants to be center of attention. So going to someplace like Yachtsman or even California Grill where people are
Well,
like,
he's definitely not going California Grill.
He is like very much that 2A.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he's like
anything is-
sushi, anything,
I'm
anything
just
that.
saying, like if it gives him rank in something where it makes him look like he's more important than he is,
Yeah,
I
probably.
could see him using that. Like, hey, look,
Yeah.
Snow White, I can take you to these type of restaurants, and we belong.
They definitely aren't married more than 5 years.
Yeah,
Because
I
even
don't
if
think
she
they.
does like the bad boy, that's gonna wear off, and he's definitely gonna cheat on her. So
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't see him
Absolutely.
even getting to the marriage point. I think it'd be a one date and done.
Yeah, I think
I
she'd be
mean,
like,
She's too quiet and soft spoken.
what's
If
the
Belle
what's
didn't want Gaston, Snow White definitely doesn't want Gaston.
what's the place that has the princesses?
Akashers?
Askishers? Yeah, that's where he wants to go because he just wants to look at the princesses.
I
He's
agree
gonna
there.
go eat the steak somewhere else.
he would be like, I'm gonna take this girl on the first date.
Yeah.
If it was in the real world, we're going to Twin Peaks.
Yeah, Twin Peaks.
There is no Twin Peaks.
Right. I said if it was
Yeah.
the real world, like not Disney.
There
He's
is
gonna go to the bar and eat a steak with his
Drink a
boys
cold
before
beer.
dinner because he's gonna be like, "Oh, baby, I'm gonna take you where you want to go. We're gonna go to this nice princess place because I'm gonna treat you." But that's under the guise of he
That's
just
not
wants
his
to look at the
intention.
other girls, and he's definitely gonna hit on them and call him baby when they take his order. And because they're nice to him, he's definitely gonna think that they're totally into him.
Right. All right. I'm spinning the wheel for
Spin it
couple
again.
number 2. Let's see.
Poor
The
Snow
male
White.
is
I don't think you get
okay.
any worse than this.
One of my personal favorite men, Flynn Rider.
Oh, he's the best.
I know he's one of my personal favorites. So he's the male, and the female is going to be Raya.
Raya.
Raya is that one.
One of the more
I think they're good.
They're both adventurous.
Yeah.
He already
he's definitely gonna support her 100%
Yeah.
what she does. He's gonna support her.
I think I'm going to go jump into the restaurant thing, but I think it doesn't really matter for them. I think they could grab hot dogs at Casey's.
and they would be
And
happy. Yeah.
yeah,
But
I think any of those like quick
I think
service.
he would take her to the I don't know, China or Japan. I can't remember where in Asia they're
Got
from.
it. They're going to the what are in Magic Kingdom? The Philly steak and the cheeseburger egg rolls. Kiosk.
Yeah.
That's where they're going because it's fast. It's kind of, representative of her Asian culture.
Yeah.
And he's going to try to support her in everything she does. But like you said,
Yeah.
they're fast, they're adventurous, and they're going to keep rolling.
Okay.
Yeah, I think that would last for a while. I could see him. I don't know if I see him getting married so much.
Yeah. They're a
but
3 out of 10.
Yeah,
Three
I
out of
would see him staying for
I
a
was gonna say
while.
like 3 point. I was gonna say if we're doing 5, like 3.5, like pretty
And just
good.
because I think Raya almost doesn't need a man. And he
And-
kind of needs a female, but
Mhm.
I
she
was gonna
doesn't
say,
need a
He
man.
doesn't necessarily need a female because at the beginning of the movie he's very much on his own doing his thing.
Yeah, but he's a yearner. He needs he needs
Once
someone
he-
to support.
Once he found somebody,
Yeah.
he figured that part of his life out.
Because he
But she
definitely
doesn't need a
fell for
man.
Rapunzel before Rapunzel fell for him.
Yeah.
Right. I agree
Yeah.
there.
And like Raya's like, you know what? After like 2.5 years, I'm gonna be over this.
Yeah, I don't
I'm gonna
need
just do
you.
my own thing. I don't need you're kind of slowing me down, bro.
She's going to tame the dragon and leave.
Yeah.
The next couple we have here it's a duo, Peter Pan
Mm.
and Yzma from
My
the Emperor
God.
New Crew.
She's gonna eat him alive.
That's a 0 out of 10 right
Yeah.
there.
I
Same.
don't think they make it to the date at all.
I don't think they do.
He's gonna be infatuated for like 5 minutes and then be terrified.
I know. He's gonna be like, I really don't want to grow up if that's what's gonna happen to me. I
Take me
really
back to the
don't.
island.
They don't even make it to the date. They
Yeah.
don't even make it.
No.
That's literally, you probably saw my face when I spun the wheel. I was like, oh my
Yeah, he's
God.
like, no.
And Yzma.
Take me back to the Lost Boys. Anything's better than this.
I know. Let me go have dinner with Captain Hook.
Yeah.
That's it.
Okay,
We should probably
the next
introduce
one
them.
I think is a decent couple, and they're both villains that
Ooh.
came up. So we have Scar and
Mhm.
Ursula.
Okay. I didn't know you put the animals on there.
Well,
that's
we're gonna
good, 'cause they're-
pretend. No, we're gonna
they're
pretend
two
they're
animals.
people. We're just gonna take their personalities.
Okay.
Yeah, personalities. I
So
have animals on here.
seafood,
Hey,
they're
on the
going
boy
to
thing,
sushi.
Lightning McQueen's on there. So
We have to spin till we get Lightning McQueen. We can't stop.
keep going.
So,
Okay, so
they're-
Ursula and Scar.
They're going to Japan for sushi.
Definitely.
I mean, they
'Cause
have to, even though she's half
She's
fish.
well, she's narcissistic enough that she's gonna take that as a compliment, and he's crazy enough where he's hinting he wants to eat her.
Yeah.
Like,
He
he's
would
hinting he's gonna kill her and eat her, but she's
Yeah.
narcissistic and is like,
Yeah.
they're gonna go like they're not gonna go to like Timotei or whatever the nice one is. They're not even doing hibachi. They're just gonna go to that little sushi stand right outside Japan and get
Mhm.
that.
yeah, they're lucky they're not going to like gas station sushi, honestly.
I would say
Right.
they're like a 2.5 out
They're
of
a
5
4 out of 10 on the passion scale.
on
Like,
the
they're gonna,
okay.
like, argue because they're both alphas, and they're
And
gonna,
they're always
like
wanting power.
That's what I was
yeah.
they're both trying to overtake the ruler of their kingdoms.
Yeah.
It's honestly like the scene in Mr. and Mrs. Smith with Brad Pitt and Angelina, where they're, like, trying to kill each other in the house, but they're still kind of attracted to each other. It's gonna be like that, but I think they're gonna kill each other. I don't think there's gonna be the love story at the end.
But they're not. They're no. I don't
Mutually assured destruction.
Okay. We have our next couple. I'm gonna start with the female name, Minnie Mouse.
oh, no.
She's sweet.
And the male is Woody.
2 wholesome little
Right.
characters.
That would be a 5, 100% because
100% a
Yeah.
5.
Woody is the Mickey Mouse of Pixar.
Yes.
Yes.
He's never gonna do anything wrong.
I think they end up like Mickey and Minnie though, where it's they've been together for so long, they're just never married. They're just going
Yeah.
to live their lives.
They're just together. Yeah. Now, where would they go eat? I feel like just whatever's easy. Like, I feel like they would get something and then go
We'll do a
sit in
picnic.
the hub grass in front of the
Yeah.
castle and eat together.
Yeah. They
Like a
would
picnic.
get I'm trying to think what kind of picnic they would get. I don't think it would be like pizza or chicken
No.
tenders. I think it'd be like more like sandwich deli type food,
Mhm.
like lighter fare. So I'm trying to think of what kind of
Maybe get something at like the plaza
yeah.
Yeah.
and eat right out. Like say, hey, can we have this to go and go sit on the hub grass?
Yeah.
And they wouldn't be like gunning it from ride to ride, trying to like make lighting lanes and things. They're the type of people that just like walk around hand in hand
Mhm.
and just enjoy just being together. Care of each other. They're very considerate of each other, very
Yeah.
supportive.
Yep.
They're good people.
Yep. They're going to put each other's needs over their own. Like, that's how
Yes.
they take care of each other. Okay. Next couple, Aladdin and
Mhm.
Elsa.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. No, they're gonna be good. They're like a 4. 'Cause
Really?
She's headstrong, and that boy can't make a decision to save his life.
Yeah, but he can't
Like,
stay in one place. Like
what do you mean?
he's so used to being.
She's cool with that. She wants to go on the ice by herself most of the time anyway. And he's like playing around the castle because he's a poor kid, never grew up with anything. So he's like just living life, in the home theater in the castle, ordering DoorDash.
I just don't
And
think.
she's like, let me go to my ice space. And he's like, cool. Like he needs a strong female lead. And she's
I just feel like every relationship he'll ever be in is going to be based on lies.
well, not if he doesn't have the genie.
But he has to rely on
Well,
a genie to get a
but-
girl.
Is Abu with him and is Olaf with Elsa?
Make it hilarious together if they were.
yeah.
Like, that
we
would be
need that.
great.
We need that movie.
Yeah. They would be
I
great.
just I don't.
I think she would appreciate the fact that he has no royalty
Mm.
and nothing to his name, because she would feel like then that he's more honest if he came to her and wasn't like trying to be all like, I'm Sir such and such from this land, and he's like,
Yeah.
look, I'm just a poor little boy, kid,
Prince Ali.
man.
So are we saying this is like Aladdin before he
Yeah.
becomes Prince Ali? So when they go on their date, he's just going to swipe some bread from somewhere and not pay for it?
See, that's what I'm
Yeah.
thinking. Like he's living that life of like criminal type thing
Yeah.
where he doesn't really know who he is and what he's trying
Yeah.
to. So I don't. That's that way. I don't think. Now, if it was Prince Ali, I would be like, okay, I can kind of.
No, she's never gonna be with the prince.
Yeah.
She wants someone that will appreciate her but give her space. And I think he's gonna be so overwhelmed by the riches
Yeah.
that he's gonna love her, but he's gonna love the stuff too. So when she goes off by herself, he's gonna be like, cool.
Maybe
think
if
they'd
they
end up-
went on a date, he would take her to Spice Road Table so they could experience like the food from his
Yes.
people type thing.
And
like
she would
that type.
appreciate that.
Yeah.
And then
Because
she
she
would
wants a
I-
more like mind connection than like a physical connection.
I give it like a 1 though. I don't think it lasts.
I get like a 4.
1.5. A 4.
Because they're gonna be a lavender marriage, but in the
Mm,
opposite way of
yeah.
it normally being. And he's gonna be too dumb to know that, and she knows that.
Yeah, I don't
Like,
think he's very
I
smart.
think he
she's
turns
gonna
out. I
she's
think
gonna know the whole time what's going on. He's too dumb to realize it. He's like a kid in like Dave and Buster's the whole time.
but he
Just
aspires to be more than what he is when it comes to being thieving. So he gets that taste of being a king or a prince under Elsa, and then Elsa runs off and does her thing for a while, and
yeah.
he gets in that mode and turns into what's his name? Hans.
Mm.
No, I don't think he has that much get up and go in him because he wasn't a self-made man in Aladdin. He needed the genie.
Yeah,
Right.
and
So
he only
without
did
the
it because
genie,
he thought Jasmine was pretty.
I kind of picture him as like a California trust fund baby. You know, like he's as long as the money's there, he's got no drive to make it better,
Mm-hmm.
to contribute. He's just going to enjoy the ride he's on, and he's not going to upset it because he knows at any moment if something happens, he'll lose it all.
All right, let's
How
do
many
one
more do we
more.
want to do? One more?
I do this all night long.
I know.
I actually like this more than I thought I was.
This
Okay.
is my
So
We'll have to do
the
this
next
in different
one's a
things.
little odd. Sully from Monsters Inc. and
sweetest.
Mulan.
Now,
And Mulan.
That's a 0 out of
yeah.
5.
I don't know, but maybe
I
she
think
would
Mulan
like
tries to
the.
kill him just
She thinks
because.
she'd try to kill him, but she might enjoy like she's been out fighting all day and she just wants to come home to some big burly dude to cuddle up
Okay,
to and feel safe and not like she has to be the boss lady.
Yeah, but he wants
She wants-
kids, obviously, because he took care of Boo, and she ain't having kids.
I know we're talking personalities more so than looks.
Yeah.
And when we're thinking about look type thing, like that's the Beauty and the Beast type thing. Like Mulan's, I see Mulan being able to fall in love with somebody like Sully and the way he thinks and the way he cares.
Yeah, he's very, very forward thinking.
I don't feel like it would be a good match.
Yeah. I think I have another one that I feel like if we could end on it, it would be probably not bad.
Okay, well let's
Do
do
it,
that.
and then we're gonna do bonus Lightning McQueen, and we're just gonna spin the girl one,
Okay.
just because I want to see who Lightning McQueen lands with.
Okay, so our next one, Tarzan and Pocahontas.
Oh, 5 out of 5.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I was like, I feel like because already
I
she
thought by good
is.
one you meant like a good debating one, but
No,
that's like
I just mean
easy.
like
No,
okay,
a
well we
good
can
love
do another
story.
one.
A good,
I
a
meant-
good.
Yeah,
They're
that
both
would-
outdoorsy.
yeah.
They like to run around in the woods.
She's intelligent and strong-willed, and
Yeah.
he's okay with having a female lead in his life, and he'll take care of her always. And he's not like a scary white man, like he's a caring white man. And she loves all the animals. She's one with the forest, and
He has
Yeah.
the apes.
the animals raise him.
Right, do you want to do one more, or do we just want to spin for Lightning McQueen?
Let's do Lightning McQueen and who? Pick a
All right,
let the
Lightning
things spin for
McQueen
girl.
and drum roll, please.
cat.
Lightning McQueen and is
Mm,
what it landed on.
mm.
Anna.
Well, Anna's nice enough to make it work with anyone.
I think so, because she was gonna she meets Hans and she's like, you know
Yeah.
what? Let's get married.
Don't think though, because Anna in the second movie is
It's
very
way more
much
independent.
Yeah.
and Lightning. It goes back to the Gaston thing. Lightning
Uh-huh.
McQueen is very all about himself, and
He is.
yeah,
Yeah.
by the second movie and the third movie, he's learned to be more of a team player. He's still Lightning McQueen at the end of the day. He has that ego
Yeah.
that he has to hold, and I don't think if Anna goes running off without him, that's not going to be good for him.
No, he's not gonna be
No.
like Christoph singing his
Yeah, the best
songwriting
song in the
Sven.
movie.
He's
Yeah.
not gonna drive her to where she wants to go.
Right.
He's
Yeah.
gonna always go where he wants to go. She's gonna have to talk him in. If we had to put Lightning McQueen with someone,
Sally.
Well, I
no,
mean,
that's another
not from
car.
his movie.
Maybe like Tinkerbell. Because Tinkerbell is also, she's very like young and petulant. Like she like crosses her arms and throws a fit too. So they'd have a very like high school romance.
They
Yeah.
wouldn't-
I don't know if it would last, but
I don't think there's really anybody that would go with Lightning too well.
she could also fly along while he drives.
I'm trying to I'm even just since I have the wheel in front of me, honestly, I don't know if there's anyone on the wheel because I'll just throw some names on here. I just put a bunch on there. I have the Evil Queen, I have Jasmine, Megra, Jane from Tarzan, Wendy from Peter Pan, Alice in Wonderland, Mary Poppins,
I would
Esmeralda.
almost say like Maleficent with Lightning because they are like more headstrong of themselves.
Less Maleficent and Tomater? Yeah, I definitely think they could work together.
I did not put
Like-
Tomater on the list.
Tomater would eat that strong-willed woman up.
Can I just say I really did enjoy this whole spinning this wheel thing?
I'm trying to think of anyone that's like not human that's a girl, like Tinkerbell, like that Lightning McQueen could. There's not that many inhuman.
Females, not as many. I
Yeah.
mean, you have like Nala, Kiara, Sarabi.
And see,
Like,
all
that's
those
just-
Nala and Sarabi are too
No, yeah.
focused on
I
protecting.
mean, you have Judy
Bond.
Hopps, because I'm just trying to think of.
He would smother her. He would run
Isn't
over.
she a cop?
She is a
Yeah.
cop.
That would be fun because he's a race car, so he's always speeding.
And she likes bad boys because Nick Wilde.
So, and they would have like races because she's a bunny, so she's like
Mhm.
fast. You know, she might beat him off the line, things like that.
I swear, if this is our most popular episode ever,
I'm not lying when I say I could do this all night.
I know.
This is fun.
We're going to have to come up with more random wheel type things.
We could do like characters and rides.
Or I feel like we should do like all the things like all the rides of Disney World. And
Mhm.
like it would put like what would your itinerary be or something like that.
We could do like snacks and rides and like what's the worst possible combination you could have, like funnel cake before the teacups or like turkey leg before Guardian or something
Um,
like that.
the original idea was not like just a dinner, but like what would the date be? What would the restaurant and a ride? What would the
Mhm.
date consist of? But I was like,
Yeah.
let's do the restaurant. So I think that's all the time we have. We spent a lot more time than I thought on the pair making, which
Well, we have fun
which
with
was
it
fun.
though.
And the news, as we got on here before we recorded, we're like, we have no news to talk about.
And
then
we
we talk about
pretty
spent
news.
a
good.
lot of
Weird.
time talking
Yeah.
about the little bit we had.
So yeah, that's all we have for this week. We're going to take next week off. I've got some events happening that I like to do. I'm going to plug it just because it's a great thing that people need to know about. This Night to Shine. It's a special needs prom that the Tim Tebow Foundation puts on every year about the same time. If you have family members that are in that community, find one. It's a great little night for your family member to go and enjoy. If you don't, it's a great thing to go and volunteer at. I always complain about it the weekend after because I don't get to spend time with my family. I'm spending all that Saturday editing videos. But I love the night because you're seeing all the smiling faces on the guests of what's going on. They're getting that prom night experience they probably didn't get in high school because they were treated so differently back then. So get into it. Try to find something. Go support that in any way you can. Like I said, that's going to do it for this week's episode. Next episode, we're going to have Christine on. We're going to talk about Memory Maker and how to get the best of that.
Perfect.
Until then, you can find us on social media at Castles of Cauldrons. We're on YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, all those places. If you want us to help plan your magical family vacation in any way, you can get with us at www.magicaltravel.com. And until the next time, we will see you on the next episode.
Bye.
Bye.